Hello and welcome to Peza Horror Stories. This story was sent to me by Officer Daniel Brooks, a highway patrolman from North Dakota, who still refuses to drive alone at night. This is what happened to him one freezing November evening on Highway 63. It was a quiet night, the kind that feels too still. Snow drifted across the long stretch of road like white smoke, and the only sound came from Daniel's patrol car tires slicing through the slush. He'd been on duty since 6 p.m., just another long shift checking for stranded vehicles or drunk drivers on the back roads. By midnight, the radio had gone silent, and the road was empty for miles. Then he saw it, a figure standing on the shoulder of the highway. At first he thought it was a deer until it moved. Slowly upright, a man, standing in the snow, wearing an old gray coat, thumb out like he was hitchhiking. Daniel slowed down and rolled to a stop beside him. The man stepped closer, face half hidden under a wide-brimmed hat. "You need a ride, sir?" Daniel called out through the open window. The man nodded, his voice low and cracked. "Just up the road," he said. "My truck broke down." Daniel unlocked the passenger door. "Hop in. You're lucky I came by. Nobody drives this way after midnight." The man climbed in without a word, brushing snow from his coat. The interior light flickered briefly. Daniel thought he saw his passenger's skin looked pale, almost grayish blue. He started driving again. "Where exactly did you break down?" Daniel asked. The man pointed straight ahead, few miles north, past the old bridge. Daniel glanced at him. The stranger sat stiffly, hands folded in his lap. He never looked out the window, just stared straight ahead. "So, what brings you out here this late?" Daniel asked, trying to break the silence. "Had to see my wife," the man said quietly. "She's waiting." Daniel nodded slowly. "Hope she's not too worried." The man's lips curled into a faint smile. "Oh, she's been waiting a long time." The way he said it made Daniel uneasy. He turned the heat up, but somehow, the air in the car felt colder. When they crossed the bridge, Daniel noticed something odd. There was no truck, no tire tracks, just snow and darkness. He slowed down. "You sure this is the right stretch?" The man didn't answer, sir. The man turned his head slightly, his voice now a whisper. "She's still waiting. By the water." Daniel's stomach tightened. "By the water." The man slowly lifted his hand, pointing toward the riverbank below the bridge. Daniel stopped the car and got out. His flashlight beam cut through the fog. There was nothing. Just ice, water, and rocks. He turned back to the car and froze. The passenger seat was empty. He rushed around, opened the door, no footprints, no sign anyone had ever been there. Daniel stood there, breath freezing in the air, heart pounding. He grabbed his radio. "Dispatch. This is Unit 7. I may have just picked up a missing person. Requesting backup at the North Bridge." The radio crackled. Then faintly, a woman's voice whispered through the static. "He's home now." Daniel's blood ran cold. That wasn't dispatch. He dropped the radio and shone his light toward the river again. And this time he saw it, the faint outline of a rusted pickup truck half submerged under the ice. He scrambled down the embankment. The metal was old, the windows fogged. He scraped one clear with a sleeve and nearly fell backward. Inside the truck sat the same man, same hat, same coat, frozen solid, hands on the wheel. Daniel stumbled back, gasping. He looked toward the bridge, toward his patrol car, and there, standing beside it, was the same figure, only now, it wasn't smiling. The man's eyes were hollow, black pits. His mouth opened impossibly wide, and Daniel heard a sound that wasn't a voice, but a deep, rattling moan that seemed to echo inside his head. He ran. When backup finally arrived an hour later, they found Daniel sitting in his car, shaking. The frozen truck was real. Records showed it had crashed through the bridge guardrail 27 years earlier, killing a man named Henry Cole. Henry had been driving home to see his wife after a storm. She'd waited for him by the water all night. Daniel still works the same stretch of highway, but he says, every year on that night, when the snow falls and the road goes quiet, he sees headlights appear behind him, a shadow in the passenger seat, and the faint whisper of a man saying, "She's still waiting." That was today's story. If you enjoyed it, subscribe for more terrifying real-style stories, only on Peza Horror Stories.